It's such a pleasure to be in the ashram in San Diego. It's such a beautiful place, so much expressing the love of God, the divine, the way it wants to help you at every step. If you want to have an ashram, if you want to have a proper place, you want to look after your children well, you want to do God's work, everything is looked after. Everything has to be worked out. If it is not worked out, then how will you do your work? So it all works out. And it's so obvious the way we have different ashrams, such comfortable places at a very reasonable amount that we can afford, that we can live happily together. This is the abode created by love for you. So the first thing we have to remember, that among ourselves we should have complete love. Vasa? We should not trust people who try to divide us, who try to give us wrong ideas. It's very easy to make out a person who is a Sahajogi from the heart. It's very easy to make out. You have to be a little more sensitive and you'll find out such a person very easily. Whatever may be the cunning, it can be discovered. Nobody can act against God now because everything will be discovered and will be found out. But we have to have our attention fully on your mother. But some people do get little more fanatic because they are so attached. Doesn't matter. You will come round. But it's better to be fanatic than to be doubting. So those people who do things little over should commit to a life that whatever they see, whatever they understand in Sahaja Yoga, whatever happens, they will accept it without any anxiety about it. This is the point, that we build up our images about Sahaja Yoga also. We cannot build up. It is what it is. We cannot build up our image. That we think Sahaja Yoga should be like this, Sahaja Yoga should be like that. It cannot be. You cannot compromise. You just cannot compromise. It has to be what it is. It cannot be anything that you want it to be. You cannot mold it because it is fixed long time back. Now it is what it is, and that is why it is working out so well, so efficiently. But to make it more efficient, you have to accept its working. Like yesterday's timings. I knew there must be something, and the time was not yet ready. The time I spent here would have been spent raising their Kundalini, unnecessarily wasted. Instead of that, 5 minutes it took me to give them realization. So it's everything has to be understood in that light. Gradually you will start seeing the divine play, how things work out, how it helps you. But supposing God has brought something before you. Dr. Varlika told me a nice story about this, which is very interesting, that between the goddess of wealth and the goddess of education, there was a little conflict. We can say education or the Saraswati, which if neglected or if too much adored can make you egoistical. In the sense that if you become a person who is after learning, you can be thrown on the other side. So this lady wanted to test the power of wealth. So she said to the Lakshmi that, all right, let's see on this person. This person was a beggar. He needed money. and very much. So Lakshmi put lot of money in a big uh, utensils, what we call handa, and put it in his way. This fellow was walking, so Saraswati entered into his mind. As soon as Saraswati enters into the mind, he became egoistical. And he didn't even look at that, just walked off. That was his need, but he walked off. So it suggests one thing, that when people become egoistical, start making their own plans, start making their own suggestions and images they form, then what happens? That the divine, which is trying to supply for your need, for your wants, for your solutions, disappears. This is what happens, that we do not allow the divine to have its play. This is not only on material level. It is true also on emotional level. It is true also on our physical level. But the best of all, that it is true about spiritual level also. So we should not miss the point. Let the divine play its role and we should be able to see. Like Krishna has said, karmanyeva adhikaraste. It is our job to do the job. Now we've done the puja, aarti is done. I said, all right, if he can do it, all right. If he cannot, I'll go by the evening plane. I am not bothered. Whether I go by morning plane or evening plane, doesn't matter. I'm absolutely relaxed. We discuss certain important points had to be discussed, some time had to be spent. That has to be done. That's part of our life. So I'm not anxious that I should go by 1 o'clock plane. All right, I'll go by the night plane. Makes no difference to me. So just to have a very relaxed mind, watch how things come forward. People unnecessarily, तुमचा फोन start त्याचा. So, now when we understand that the divine is having its complete play, its own working, the whole thing is working for us, for you, the Saju. Once you realize that, then you feel absolutely relaxed and you are in joy. But when you start, oh, this should have been like this, that should have been like this, then everything is against joy. Whichever way it comes, it is all right. Once you develop that attitude, then the joy will be complete. I have seen in emotional life also, if people suffer too much. The reason is, for everything you start thinking. Now in India, how we get married is very simple. See, from childhood we are taught that you will be married. So you must learn how to live with your husband. And a man is always told how to treat your wife. But they don't know who is the wife and the husband. But the husband and wife is just a sort of a symbol. They don't know which one it is. Just could be anyone. So once you accept her as a dharma, it comes as a surprise to you. And just enjoy. Now the whole thing is built up to a point, to a moment, which has to be auspicious also. Of course they consult the horoscopes. That's an important part, because horoscopes, if you don't consult, could be quite disastrous. So they consult the horoscopes. And if there are so many points, they say 26 points is ideal, then they get married. Otherwise they don't. Now, it's not necessary that we do not meet, or we meet. Sometimes the people meet, talk to each other for 1 year, maybe that their marriages are postponed, there's no auspicious time, they get some time to be together, but never in private. They never go into privacy. So that moment is kept as sacred moment when you are going to meet your husband or wife. That's a very sacred moment. So you are concentrated on that point. So suddenly it is decided. Now, you keep that moment as sacred moment. Even sometimes it happens that you get some time in between, quite a lot after decision could be that you have to continue as a feeling, seeing that person. This, but then you do not divert your attention. It's completely concentrated effort. It clicks because you just accept. But here people live together for 3 years, then they marry in divorce. I can't understand. Even in 3 years you live, 7 years you live, 10 years they live, still they do the same. So what's the use of knowing each other for so many years till you divorce? But it just clicks if you understand that it's a concentrated moment where you have everything concentrated and you just meet the person and accept that person as your companion. Maybe one or two fail. But if you don't think about it, it won't fail so much. Because after marriage, you start thinking, oh, I expected this, I expected that, I thought this would be so, that's not so. And always trying to find fault with another, not with yourself. This is the best part of it. Not seeing that how you are adjusting to that person. Once you start thinking about marriage, marriage is finished, already done with. As a child is born to you without thinking what sort of a child is going to come, you love the child. In the same way, in the marriage, you have to develop that kind of a concentrated feeling. Then only marriages will be successful. But here, you see, like when you purchase something, you buy something, all right. Then you think, oh, it was not good, I should have bought something else, would have been better, this, that. So you go to another thing. Things are different. Things are things. Human beings are living things. They are not dead things that you can change one from another. I could have got that one or that one. You cannot go on like this with human beings. You are playing with the divine then. And this is the main point where we feel that Sahaja Yogis have to learn to accept with joy, with happiness, and not to project nonsensical ideas. Then only you will find your joy will be complete. Otherwise it will not be. Then if you come, say, to the physical side, like here it is, if a woman is very thin, she wants to have legs like this, hands like this, body like this. Why? I mean, imagine everybody to be regimented into certain patterns, so much of the waist, so much of the thing. Horrible it will be. I mean, you'll be tired and fed up with that. So you want to be like that. Now the fashion comes in that physically we should be Mr. America or whatever you may call it. So everybody is doing jogging, everybody running like mad. But why? You have your own personality. Keep it up. You need certain things for your body, the way you are. Of course, if your health is not all right, then you try with your chakras cure it. But to appearances, to think that I should look like this, I should be like that, makes no difference at all. So again, another madness starts. So people are very unhappy. You see, you go to these very so-called elite classes where most of the men are very highly paid, educated, top-class people. Women are also educated, everything. And what they talk is this only, how much calories you eat, this or that. You don't understand what's the matter with these people. Their level is so low. That's a decent talk. And if they come to indecency, they can go to any level also there. So that shows that there has been no evolution in that person. They just think on those terms. And that's how they become very serious. Very seriously they discuss all these things. You feel like laughing at them the way they are stupid. So all these things are regarded as so important in a country like America or any other country. Shows the kind of people they have. I mean, in India, nobody is so much bothered about the figure, at least in my age. People never liked very thin girls because they thought they must be very irritable, hot-tempered, all the time thinking. They never liked very thin girls. I really tell you, even now my husband doesn't like. He said, you see, men have befooled women. And that's why women are doing all these things. You see, he's a simple man, so he thinks that the men have befooled them. So it's like that, and then they make legs like this, or teeth like this, or nose like this, and you take a plastic nose, put on. Why? So physical also imbalances come in when we start thinking, because when we think, we collide with another thinking, then we form a general thinking, then a general pattern is accepted. When that is accepted, people say, all right, let's have it. First, they used to have very tight clothes, you see. And one girl was boasting to me that she wore it for 8 days and she can't take it out now. I said, how? How did you manage? She said, this is something that you can wear and jump into the tub, and then it shrinks and you can't take it out. You can have bath with this, you can do what you like with this. I said, it's very filthy. No, no, you can wash it nicely and wipe it. But I said, why? Why do such a thing which will completely coagulate your blood inside? Now they started suffering. So now they are having absolutely loose clothes, you see, lanky pankies, casual, this thing. So they jump from one to another when you go on thinking about it, trying to think, trying to devise new methods. But tradition is different. Tradition is that when people are traditional, what happens actually, those people who are sensible can only become traditional because they understand whatever is to be discarded, whatever is not to be discarded. And they try to understand how we are going to ascend, not by taking one side, but on both the sides we must weigh and balance ourselves and then go ahead. And whatever is to be discarded. Whatever is to be good is to be taken up. Like what you call the trial and error business. See, you make the error, all right, give it up. Then take another, all right, give it up. Whatever is good, you take it. And go on with it, and that's how you build up a proper tradition for other people to follow. But those who think of the new things all the time, they want to have something new all the time, then they are very much mistaken that when they do like this, what we call is a tomfoolery with the new things, they can land themselves into terrible messes. And that's what exactly has happened to most of the Western countries. That everything new they try. Now the new craze is cocaine. All right, have cocaine. I mean, even I would not be surprised if Prince Philip takes to such a thing or somebody takes to thing like that. I mean, everybody wants to try new. And if you say you cannot try, then they say, why? Why not? This is a very big problem with the Western mind. So you all people should also understand, don't try new things in Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja Yoga is a traditionally built thing. Don't try anything new in Sahaja Yoga. Whatever we have is more than sufficient. You don't try anything new. People who tried new things have jumped into problems. So do not try something new. Like somebody said that nowadays, say I heard, in London we had some people who started giving lectures and giving new methods of Sahaja Yoga suddenly. And they all went mad. I mean, their vibrations were crazy. I didn't know what to do with them. I was quite surprised. I said, why did you try a new method like that? What was the need to try a new method? Oh, they said, well, we thought better try this one. But I said, I have already told you all the methods. Have you tried? Have you perfected yourself? Better try those which I have told you. And then you can ask me and then start something. But you must understand what you are doing. And also I've seen mediocre Sahaja Yogis always do that like that. Try some new method and they'll come out with this thing. Now I'll tell you how to circulate your breath. Why? To circulate your breath. Suddenly they find out a new method. It's a common thing. But these are sometimes could be very sinister people also. So be careful. There is no need to try new methods. Now you have jumped onto that awareness where you have to just be steady. So don't try at this point something new. Just steady yourself. Steady yourself in balance. That's very important. Second point is that everyone should be knowledgeable in Sahaja Yoga. But some people are so funnily knowledgeable that I'm sometimes surprised. Like there was a fellow who was homosexual or nonsensical thing. And then he told some people that, yes, you see, mother says it's all right once in a while. I never said so. I can never say such a thing. Then somebody said drinking, all right. Mother said, how could I say? There's no compromise. Somebody says, it's all right, you can do some business. I never said so. No, you cannot do. These things are not. They are not meant for you. Don't have to do it at all. Right? So anybody who comes out with such ideas, you tell them nothing of the kind. There's nothing like that. There's no compromise in Sahaja Yoga. No compromise. Whatever methods we have learned, let us practice them to establish ourselves and establish others. You must keep to your maryadas, to your limits. Do not try to fly. Some people think that they are greater Sahaja Yogis and they will do this and they will do that. Then remember, that is wrong. You have to humble down yourself. And remember that when you humble down, you will realize that only the humble people are steady people. So there should be complete humility. Try to acquire more knowledge about Sahaja Yoga. There are so many ways. I have got all my tapes done already. We have got all these Sahaja Yoga books out now. And also Nirmala Yoga is there. So many ways by which you can understand Sahaja Yoga. If you don't understand, you can ask each other, try to analyze it the way you want to understand that what mother is saying is this is what she's saying. Because my lectures are in very, very simple language. I use extremely simple language, avoiding all literary language as far as possible. Of course, sometimes I do have to use difficult words, but normally. So, but beyond that is a very subtle knowledge flowing. So to understand that sometimes may be difficult. You may try to sort of construct something else out of it, may try to sort of interpret something. If there's any such problem, better consult somebody whom you think is capable of advising. But you must accept that. You should not put forward your viewpoint, and it would be very wrong. Then you will be sort of like a derailed train which goes out of track. We have a track in Sahaja. You must know that, whether you like it or not. It's no question of freedom, but the track to ascend. You cannot get out of that track. If you think you can just move about a little bit, have a nice time with all filth, and then come back to Sahaja Yoga, you won't be acceptable. If you do that, then I'll have to work hard to cleanse you, do this, do that. But to keep yourself clean, you better keep to your tracks and don't get out of it. Don't try to find out new things of doing something which is not necessary. Why do it? I mean, simple thing is to understand it's a waste of energy. I've already found it for you. Why do you want to do it again? Like this kind of a blouse I've been wearing now for the last, I think, 50 years or maybe more, this type of a blouse. Now my tailor knows that I wear this blouse, this is this, this is this. He has got my measurements. So I have to just tell him that you get me a cloth of this kind and just make a blouse for me. He makes it. For the last so many years, I have had about 25 years, I had one tailor who does my job. He has no headache, I have no headache, no problem. Every day if I have to change this pattern, make a new sleeve and a new type of a blouse, I'll have a headache, I tell you. So why? Why do that? What's the use? Who sees? Who is affected by that? So unnecessarily we are wasting our energy on these things. But I don't say that you should be regimented by any means. But what I mean that wherever you can save your energy of thinking, you should do it. For small, small things, there is no need to have for varieties, and this country, as I have told you before, that every tap has to be different, every handle is to be different, every tile has to be different. What is the need? What has to be different is artistic things. Sari has to be different because it is artistic. But what is in a stitching of a blouse? There is no art in it involved. So whatever is artistic can be different, but whatever is mundane need not. In the machinery, why should you have different types of things? You go mad. You go to a shop, there are 20 types of things. You don't know which one to buy. All made by machine only. This is good, that is good. Then another fellow, he comes, he says, not good. Then you feel hurt. But if you have for mundane things, few things is better that you do not take too many headaches upon yourself. So best thing to avoid all these problems is to use your new awareness of vibrations. So you save your energies. Your energies must be saved. And they can be saved if you do not pay attention to things which are not your style, where you don't have to go. Just see vibrations. If I go for shopping, now I go shopping for various reasons, as you know. One is to put my vibrations there. Another is to put also vibrations on the people who are in the market. Thirdly is to look at all the things so my vibrations go on to them. Fourthly, to buy something to be given to others. But if I like something, it is only through vibrations and I buy it somehow. Because it is to be given to someone or something has to be done later. I just buy it, keep it, it comes very handy. That is how your attitude should be. But on the contrary, if you just go on, I like this, I don't like it, about your wife, about your jobs, your everything, you will be uncertain. These days in America, people are very funny about their jobs also. I have to touch these points because you will face this problem. Today they are doing some job, I don't like it. I don't like my boss, another job. Then they go to another job, they change it. Then third job, change it. They like to change, all the time. It's maddening, I tell you. Change their wives, change their house, change everything. Why? Have only one wife is better. At the most, have two jobs in life is better. And at the most, change 3 residences is better. But more than that is a headache. I mean, to me, I have changed 40 houses because of my husband's temperament. But I am different because I am absolutely a person who is not bothered whatever change comes. But you are not the same, so don't waste your energy. So this is very important to understand. Not to go on changing jobs is very important. Because that is also a craze, I tell you. I'll tell you about Douglas. He used to do that. Every time he had financial problem because he was changing jobs. So one day I told him off. I said, Douglas, if you change this job, because I saw the vibrations were all right, if you change this job, that you are not going to see me again. And now, today, he has got a house, he's got a car, he's got money in the bank, he's doing well. So that also is a headache for me. Mother, I have no job, I have no money. What am I to do? Every time there are people who come to India, they say, Mother, I have no money, I'm sorry I couldn't pay you. All right, doesn't matter. There are at least, this last time also there were 5 people. But before that I think there were about 20 people. So every time it happens like this. So now we must understand we must have proper jobs. We have to be respectable people. We must have proper qualifications if possible. Better to get some qualifications. You are all very intelligent people and you can get your qualifications. You should have a respectability in the society. Otherwise they'll think that this mother is the mother of all the beggars. So steady yourself. In your jobs, in your houses, to steady yourself you must learn not to change. The change makes you unsteady. Do you see the point? So there is no question of changing. I am going to go through it. Then, if it is necessary, if it is not workable, then one can change. It applies to everything. Now, guru shopping is nothing but change. The more gurus you have, the greater headache I have. If you have only one guru, say, horrible one, it's all right, easy to clear you out. But if you have been to 20, what am I to do? One fellow who has been to gurus so much that I couldn't understand his personality. I said, what's the matter with this? Every problem you name it and it's there. I said, what sort of a fellow is this? So I said, all right, write it down, all the names of all the gurus you have been to. He wrote 3 full-scape papers on both the sides. I said, I'm sorry, sir, I can't help. He said, Mother, you have to because there's a very immediate problem. I said, what is the immediate problem? That now I am becoming a woman. I said, oh. The doctors have said that now I am becoming a woman. I said, that's really an immediate problem. I said, that much I can stop, but you need lot of cleansing. And he used to sometimes look like Hanumana, sometimes he looks like a madman, he used to look like anything, because so many gurus in him were working it out. Ultimately, that he got himself cleansed out, and his problem was solved. But even now, I would not say that he is a Sahaja Yogi. Though he is very learned, knows all about Sanskrit, have been to so many gurus, every type of guru he has been. This has come by change. What's wrong? So once you come to Sahaja Yoga, then stop. Stop everything else. Second point that I stressed was this, that in Sahaja Yoga, once you come, focus yourself to me and Sahaja Yoga first, and then other things. Like Christians, when they come to Sahaja Yoga, they can't accept Ganesh. Indians who come to Sahaja Yoga cannot accept Christ. Muslims who come to Sahaja Yoga cannot take to puja. Everybody is coming with a load behind them. So better come and put them at my feet, finished. Now you see them through my prism, through me. It's better to understand that way. And those who have understood me that way, just understand Sahaja Yoga in a perfect manner. There's no fanaticism of the past, neither of Sahaja Yoga either. So they understand that this is all the same as Mother is, and there's nothing to be sticking on to one thing or to another. But it doesn't mean that if you call me the goddess Kali, you are insulting me. Or if you call me Mataji Nirmala Devi, you are elevating me. It's all there. So one has to understand that all this is related to our own compartments. God has no compartments like that. It is not that America exists in his mind, or it is not that anything exists in mind. Do we exist like now, I am only my Vishuddhi? Do we exist like that? Or I am only my nose? Do we? We exist as the whole body. So God exists, though he has a nose, he has his ears, say, everything is there, but he exists as God. He doesn't exist like a nose separate, doesn't exist like only America separate, but he's existing as the whole, everything related to the whole. And when such a thing happens to us, that now we are related to the whole, the primordial being, we should not relate ourselves to something that will localize us because of our conditionings. No localization should be there, we should be in circulation. I find it difficult for people who have been Catholics to worship Sri Ganesh with the same respect, because they are conditioned. So try to leave it for a while, Christ. Completely leave him alone. Come to Sahaja Yoga. Then you will see him in proper light. Because this is the problem, is that unless and until you come inside and see for yourself that all roads have come to this one thing. So they are just the same. There's no difference at all. First come inside. Give up everything. Come inside. Then you will know that it's all the same. And this is very important. And once you see that, it's such a beautiful thing that you have no complications of any kind belonging to any particular cult or particular guru or a particular thing. Even so-called religions are like cults. If you see to it, they are like cults. They have conditioned you. They have not given you anything but conditioning and illusions. So we are not to live with illusions. We have to live with reality. And the reality is that all these essences are one. And we have to be inside them so that we can see them, all of them, as one. This is also a very important thing in a country like America, I feel, because there are such diverse ideas that I am surprised at them. Everything you name it is in America. The other day I developed one thing called Moomin or something. Moomin. Name it and it's in America. I don't know how all the varieties have gathered here. Every sort of a guru I mean, you discover them here. I had never heard of so many names. Whenever I come, I find a new guru coming up. Why America is the place where all these prosper like this, like mushrooms, you see. A mushroom is growing, that is. Is it a rottening thing? Only mushroom grows as fungus. Is it rottening this country? What's happening? Why? It is the mind of human beings. The mind of human beings here always wants a new thing, and that's why a supply comes. As a result of that, they become unsteady. So the main problem of American character is that they are very unsteady people. You ask them, how are you? They also say, understand whatever you like. They'll never say, how are you? What do you understand with that? And an Indian person can't understand. If somebody says like that, an Indian, you see, if you ask him, how are you, he says like this, they'll say, are you mad? Then if you ask them, do you understand this? I'm confused. An Indian will never say such a thing, I'm confused. He's cocksure. I'm confused means, are you a lunatic or what? Why are you confused? Something wrong with your brain? So all these ideas, you see, are tending towards our unsteadiness, frivolousness, superficiality. We are really bombarded by superficiality. Bombarded, I can see that. Absolutely from everywhere. You see the media, this, that. It's nothing but superficial. It really kills the inner germ in the human being. And you want to live with it, then you want to think on those lines. And really lose yourself, all contact with yourself is lost. Under all these circumstances, one has to know one beautiful fact, that so many seekers are born in this country. It's America which I visited the first. And I'm sure San Diego is the place where it will start. I have a feeling. झालं का बोलणं? नाही झालं. तो करणार आहे. So this is a place very important, and I'm happy that you have arranged this wonderful puja, and we should do this puja, and I'm sure by this we will have a time, especially good time coming, where we'll have on one side American evolution, on the other side Mexican. This we can work out from San Diego. It's a beautiful day that you have asked for this puja. I'm very happy about it. Today is the day of the goddess, and आजची त्रयोदशी आहे. शुक्रवारी त्रयोदशी. त्रयोदशी is the best, 13th day. त्रयोदशी आहे. त्रयोदशीची पूजा बघा ना, व्हायब्रेशन्सला बघा म्हटल्याबरोबर. 12 वाजता होणार. 12ला झालं. 12लाच आले मी जवळ. See the vibration. You don't need any puja. There's no need to have a puja, really. It is so much today. So today is a great day, and I'm happy he's asked for this puja here. So now to begin with. Now, if you have any problems, any questions, you must let me know. One thing, a Sahaja Yogi should not be a serious person. That's one thing. That doesn't behove a Sahaja Yogi to be serious. You should be smiling, laughing, enjoying. If he is a serious person, then he is not a Sahaja Yogi. I can't keep serious for more than 5 minutes, at the most 5 minutes. Even if I have to scold somebody, I prepare myself. Then I come down, I shout. And then after 5 minutes, if I don't run away, then you'll find me again laughing. Can't. It's all a joke. So nobody should be serious. That's one thing. Nobody should be serious. You should be always smiling and happy people. Because there is joy with it. What is there? Only by thinking I'm miserable, you see. That's French style. French, when I went there first time, they told me, Mother, you look too happy. For French. So I said, what should I do? He said, you see, they are all they think they are very miserable people this time. So I said, all right. So I went and said, now see, you are all les miserables. Victor Hugo has written this, les miserables. So I said, all right, you les miserables, now I am a person who is not miserable at all. And you will be miserable in any case if you have every third house, you have a pub, every 10th house you have a prostitute. So what will happen? I mean, you are in for it. That's what it is. And even Yogi Mahajan told me that, Mother, we want your photograph which is very serious. It is hard to get one. And we must put a face which is very serious. And ultimately he ended up with a photograph which was horrid. When he told me it's a very nice photograph, you look so serene, this, that, and the descriptions. When I saw the photograph, I said, it's horrid. He said, really? I said, all right, let me tell you, who has done this? He said, who? I told him the name and he was shocked. I said, that's the gentle lady who has given you, and you know where she is today. A shocked I told the name, Jane. I said, this is the photograph you are sending to Americans. But I know Americans will be attracted by that photograph because they are miserable themselves. But such people who are attracted to that kind of a photograph will drop out in no time. They will not stick on. You don't understand that point. They are not the type who stick on. Like in Scotland, I went there and there was a photograph I saw. I got a shock. We had gone to a restaurant where we were to have our food and I saw my photograph. I said, who has done this one? They said, this is the copy of one of the Australian ones. I said, but who has done it? Because this is not good, very bad. So they said, this is done by someone suddenly. I said, I'll name the person. I told them who has done it, Hillary. They were all amazed at it. I said, this photograph is no good. But now they had put it everywhere. I said, let it be. So many people came to my program, all funny types, Some had one eye, some had one nose, some had something. Everything missing. Oh God, I said, this is the thing of the photograph. And not one person came back. We had at least about 500-600 people for the program. All like this, you see. When the Shankarachi Varat hoti. And none of them came back. Not one person. All booths, attracted by the booth. And I could see on my photograph that it was just repelling it. So, those who take my photograph also reflect in the photograph. You must have seen Ray's photograph come out very well. I don't know which one is Ray's here, but Ray's photographs used to be very good. And this time Ray, he has a funny wife, I think. He went to India and Indians told me, Mother, I don't know how this Ray is so ruined. In India it doesn't happen. Once a Sahajogi, then they improve. But this fellow was just the opposite. Now what to do? They said, Mother, he's all gone down, what to do? I said, must have been something wrong. What to do? When I came back, see, Ray brought 3 or 4 photographs of mine. When he showed everybody, shocked. These are not Mother's photographs. And he had to withdraw them. This is what it is. Same Ray who made such beautiful photographs was having horrible photographs now. So in everything what you do, everything that you achieve, you can make it out. You suddenly become an extremely posh person, you can say. It's a finesse. Once you are a good surgeon, everything comes in proper stream. You can make it out. Very simple ways of such a person are so pleasing and so soothing. So on these points, I have covered lots of things which I wanted to say, and that end with it. I would say that as Vishuddhis, you have to become the Sakshi. the witness. You have to become the witness. And to become the witness, there has to be a detachment. That doesn't mean you live on a shoestring by any chance, but try to have a detachment. Thank God this time the experience of the Sir Yogis from America was not so bad. They were very good people. They adjusted themselves well. They enjoyed themselves. It was fine. And I hope more and more will come and will enjoy themselves. And as you know, the new programming has taken place. It's better you people tell us if you are coming or not, but also don't change last minute. It creates problems for us, for everyone. So please don't change. If you're not coming, it's all right. You will have a certain date. By that time, you decide, don't change. It is only Americans who did this, nobody else. And we told people now no more, let's give more chance to Americans are coming, we should give them more chance. So no, you are not coming. So poor things, they came for 10 days, 5 days, because we could not arrange for them. So you should not change your ideas. If you are coming, you can decide up to a point if you are coming or not coming. If you are not coming, just say yes, we are not coming, or if you are coming, you just say yes, we are coming, and you do it. At least that much you should not change. So again I request you to keep to your schedules and things, because it really upsets the whole thing. Because now we are working on the rhythm of the divine, and we have no business to upset the rhythm. We may be Americans, but as you know, in Sahaja Yoga, Americans are not placed very high up. You know that very well. And we think Italians are much better off. They take to Sahaja Yoga just like a fish takes to water. So Americans have to work little harder. They have to do little more to get to that adjustment. What to do? Such a great country, so many seekers, but they are already ruined. What am I to do? Trying my level best. You all should help and understand the difficulties, and you have to be kind to the newcomers and see that you put them right. So we have to think of our ascent from San Diego. And from this corner, we are going to enlighten the whole of America. For practical purposes, I have decided that Dr. Varlikar should be in charge in the eastern side. Ela east म्हणतात ना, काय म्हणतात तुम्ही? इकडे western म्हणतात. Or a western side. For us, New York is already western. All right. And the eastern side is, the New York side can be managed by him, because this is like two countries it is. Two countries, two different types of things. So that is how it is to be managed. Money matters, you should deal with money matters with his consent. So I told him how I do it is that the money is kept in the bank under the name of the registered name or whichever way it is, and they have the checkbook, but I have to sign. So you keep the checkbook, but he has to sign, so he sees what you are spending. So check is there. Or you do the same there. See, so that she keeps the checkbook, but you sign, so you know how much is being spent. So there's a check. Of course, as far as you people are concerned, I know it's all right. But still, why I do so many things just to make you understand. Like, if you give me puja money, I keep a packet of that. I keep an account of that. There's no need. Who's going to ask me what did I do with the puja money? I do. I do keep it. And then what do I do with the puja money? Is that I want to use it for your puja materials, puja things, for presents and things. So I keep. I need not do it. That's my money. At least that much is mine. But my pleasure is such. So that is how one must know that if mother has mother is so strict with it. Why not we? You have to give money in puja, no doubt, because that has to be. First we used to take 1p, then I went to 2p, then to 5p, 10p. It has increased like that. And for these pujas then, for the main pujas that we are going to have, one on New York, they have decided certain amount. That is your decision. I never said anything, because I was only up to £1 I was there. And I don't know, I got lost with these people. So whatever they decide, that is there, is the money that is collected under the name of puja, which I have to take for the Nabi Chakra. You have to do it with heart, just like the Shabari style. And everything will fall in proper places. So, one can say that Sahaja Yoga is not an extreme thing. We do give money. Only the Sahaja Yogis can donate money. Say for food here, you have to pay. For the house, you have to pay. You do pay. We don't live here like parasites. We don't want parasites around us. But it doesn't also mean that you rob a Sahaja Yogi completely and make him a pauper and build your own Rolls Royces. So it is not also the other way that you people rob me. So one has to understand that Sahaja Yoga is give and take in a proper certain manners. And that has to be properly done with grace, with understanding, with a beautiful feeling that we are all part and parcel of the whole. And for which America is responsible. Because America has to become the Virat. The Vishuddhi has to become the Virat. What a responsibility. So don't quarrel among yourselves. Don't quarrel among husband and wife. Try to be one in complete unison. Enjoy each other. That's very important. So may God bless you. कारण विराटाचं स्थान आहे बाबा. Even now the right Vishuddhi is catching.